In this video, we are looking at the key moments in Shakespeare's life. Let's go. G'day, Paul from Small Crown Productions here. Welcome back to the channel. Today is day 76 of our 100 Days of Shakespeare challenge, and it dawned on me today that we have actually not looked at the key moments of Shakespeare's life. So that is what today's video is all about. So without further ado, let us get straight into it. So we know Shakespeare was born in 1564 in Stratford-upon-Avon, but we actually don't know much about the first 18 years of his life. We do know though that he met Anne Hathaway, got engaged, got married, and 6 months later, they had their first daughter, Susanna. Shakespeare was 18 years old, and Hathaway was 26. 2 years later, in 1585, they become the parents of twins. Judith and Hamnet are born. Shakespeare at this point is only 21. Now the next 7 years are a bit of a mystery, and there are some records that show that he obviously studied, he may have travelled a little bit, but he is alluded to in Green's Groat's Worth of Wit in 1592 as a playwright, and this is the first real indication that we have that he's been working in the theatre. The following year, in 1593, his poem Venus and Adonis is put into print, and in 1594, Titus Andronicus becomes Shakespeare's first printed play. In 1596, Shakespeare's father is granted a coat of arms, which now allows them certain privileges of rank. But in that same year, aged 32, Shakespeare loses his son Hamnet, who passes away aged 11. The following year, in 1597, Shakespeare purchases New Place in Stratford-upon-Avon, one of the most prestigious houses in that area. In 1598, aged 34, Shakespeare is mentioned as a sonneteer and an author in Palladius Tamia. In 1599, aged 35, Shakespeare sees his father receive a confirmation of arms. And this is also the year that James Burbage has the theatre, Shakespeare's company's original performance house, torn down and the wood stored and moved so that they could build the first Globe. In 1600, extracts from Shakespeare's plays and poems appear in Belvedere, the first printed literary commonplace book to include plays. And in 1602, the heralds dispute the legitimacy of the family coat of arms. In 1603, aged 39, the Lord Chamberlain's men become the King's men under the rule of James I. And this is the first year that we see Hamlet appear in print. In 1607, Shakespeare's first daughter Susanna marries John Hall, a physician and man of gentlemanly legacy. In 1608, Shakespeare's mother passes away, and this is the same year that his first granddaughter is born. The following year, in 1609, aged 45, Shakespeare's sonnets appear in print. In 1613, Shakespeare participates in the purchase of the Blackfriars Gate, giving them the space to convert the new Blackfriars Theatre. But this is also the same year that a production of Henry VIII sets off a cannon that ignites the thatching on the roof of the Globe, burning it to the ground. While the Globe was being rebuilt, the King's men were performing in the Blackfriars Theatre and also leasing spaces in the other amphitheatres. In 1616, Shakespeare writes his will and passes away at aged 52. And it's not until 1623 that the first folio was published, being the collected works of Shakespeare's writings pulled together by other members of the King's men. This was a timeline of the key moments of Shakespeare's life, and it was pulled together by the Folger Shakespeare Library as part of their Shakespeare Documented program. You can find a link to the timeline in the description below, and that timeline is also connected to other images and supporting documentation about all of these aspects of his life.